Like how Drippy's just doing a moonwalk in place.
Phew.
Well, thank God somehow Swain and Esther made it over here. It's a little too close over. I know you have to use a spell, but that would burn the shit out of you.
I'm protected by this coat.
It bursts into flames. How?
The coat's on fire, not me. Okay, now I'm on fire.
Drippy, put it out. You look like a watering can. I think I'm going through puberty. Someone let's check the bun inside this cave. Now you'll be able to enjoy it.
It's for my familiar. Sir Boreas.
So this guy's a complete punk when you bring out Might.
Yeah. Guess what I do?
Little buddy! Look how much damage he's doing.
He missed with that. Way to go. By the way, that other fire attack I mentioned is called Slash and Burn. It's right there.
See, what I did that made this guy a punk is I picked the other one. So he had a pretty much an ice resistance, but I gave him the fire sword.
Oh.
So it was like, he couldn't even damage him. I was sitting there going like, this is so easy.
This is Slash and Burn. Yep, kind of the same attack.
It is the same attack, except it's even smaller.
Yep, well, it's stronger at least.
It
Shit.
severed him in half.
Oh, I want that. Except I'm paralyzed
With ice.
with ice.
It's freezing my back. I was like, where's Go-Go? Where's...
Oh shit, who's gonna win? I did, yeah.
Should give him to Oliver for the fireball.
They go away a little too quickly, and I was paralyzed, so I couldn't. He was frozen while he was waiting to do his attack.
I thought he'd do his attack anyway, but maybe that was just for Oliver, because Oliver's a punk. See, I think the Warriors are doing well here is because you're so high leveled.
Yeah, you can see the other guys. What the hell? That was amazing.
I thought he ate you and missed death. This would be just a good moment to add lasers to that statue, and they would have won.
But no, we have to be creepy.
We could kill them. No, let's just change them into mice. Or rat. Or frogs! I almost hate Drippy more now than ever. Because he looks so happy with where he is. I would like the fact that if he's... God damn it, Drippy. You were the dumbest thing. I want him to be unhappy now. I like the idea of a frog that has its back to you. It's like, I knew you'd come. Turns around in one of those wheelie chairs.
Everyone just stares at each other confused.
Especially since the frog is just kind of sitting inside the chair keeps on spinning awkwardly. Oh, no. Okay.
I know you.
Just starts sliding off the side. Oh, I can relate to that frog.
He's just spinning in a circle.
Hold on. Hold on. I have no control over my momentum.
Swain is just standing there with spinning around.
Yep. For some reason, I just imagine him slowly spinning and then walking off camera.
While he's spinning.
Tornado warning.
Tokyo storm warning.
Tropical storm Swain.
Starts blowing in Oliver's face.
I like how he explains, like, I walked away never to be seen again. Well, how'd you get locked in a cage? Just stares.
I can relate.
Spot on my rage, I'm still spinning.
Oh no, something evil and magical happened. Who do you think it was?
We need to get to the heart of the matter.
Frog dies of a heart attack.
Yep. Changes him to a chicken. Well, damn it. You're actually making this worse.
This is my true form.
Thank you for releasing me. You just see the chicken try to fly away, hit the ceiling, and break its own neck and fall back to the ground. Well, I guess we're gonna go fight the boss now. I don't feel as good about it.
Wonder if he ever found his girlfriend.
Swain just starts eating it. I can't be picky. I do like the idea of a frog where his colors change like that. That's so cool.
I'm hideous.
Who? Huh? Oh, how cute. The love of his life changed into a frog too, so she can sit there miserably for 1,000 years as well.
I hate this game.
When will this be over?
I drank the same potion as you. That's why I was an actual frog and not a frogman.
I had a much better version of the potion, just saying.
Oliver!
High fives him.
I'm liking the NSYNC pigeons in the back there.
Yep. Ain't no lie, baby, peck, peck, peck.
Breaks its neck.
Crack, crack, crack.
Swain goes over, eats it again. Oh, I needed the fiber.
I'm a human vacuum. Brrr.
He's just standing there talking, not actually doing
Like,
anything.
he doesn't actually do the, he doesn't physically move, he just stands there. Whirr.
Oliver tries desperately to ignore him. See, we're in love. We stare at each other.
I really, really want that Babana.
They're all so happy to be here. They're staring at each other, doing nothing.
While you do that, I want to go eat that pigeon. I'm a human vacuum.
Human vacuum.
He's facing the opposite direction near the door, like no one heard him. But standing completely still. I think he's suffering through withdrawal. He's getting worse.
He hasn't had any trash in 2 hours.
What is he, like Dracula? You gotta leave him in his sarcophagus of dumpster until he's 100% again.
His sarcophagus.
Sardumpicus. I just imagine someone opening a trash can, the dumpster dumps some trash in, and then you see him rise like Dracula out of it with his arms crossed. These clothes are rigid. I like how Swain turned into a stupider character than Drippy somehow.
We all need more dumpster Dracula.
We need more dumpster. I would love that character development, him moving from former prince of an empire to dumpster Dracula.
That's a story I want to see.
Like, because you'd be curious of how he got there, what happened in between. But I think it'd even be better if he just changed into him, kind of evolved in a sense.
While he was walking away from all of them.
Yep. By the way, I got bitten by a dumpster vampire. I got bit by a dumpster.
Exactly. The best part, there aren't any dumpsters in this world, so I don't know how that happened.
This is true.
But yeah, the pirates never shut up.
They tried to make him wacky. Jetstream Sam!
It's not nearly as cool.
Memories broken, 2 words are spoken. You never forgot my name. Sorry, I started thinking of this song.
So this is actually a 2-part fight. First, we're fighting Jetstream here. Or whatever it is. What is Jetstream? You fucker, you messed my... its name is Jetsam.
Standing here, I realized they were just like me.
So this is his gimmick. When he uses Plunder, he attacks us and then steals health from us.
That's what makes him a little bit of an asshole fight.
Of course, it doesn't really matter when with every attack I do, I take more damage off of him than he can recover from me.
Yep. Violence breeds violence. His arm still falls off. It's a bloody sword.
Yeah, he's kind of a pushover after all the grinding I've done.
See, I like RPGs that reward heavy use of time. Because, I mean, one of the earliest things you learn about in RPGs is the more time you take to train your character, the stronger they should be, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's something that they completely lost on the Final Fantasy franchise. That's why I just couldn't stand playing any of the 13 games. Because the enemies always scaled to your strength, so you never got stronger, necessarily.
So, like, that's basic RPG mechanics. Why would you have scaling in a situation like that?
Well, especially if you're fighting the same enemy and no matter what they're... It basically makes it to where there's no benefit to fighting them. And you fight them to gain experience and items, and if they never really drop items and they don't give you experience, then what's the bloody point?
Swain's stealing some pretty good shit off this guy.
Swain can kick ass sometimes in the stealing department, but that's about it.
He steals the swords, stabs himself. This cannot be!
I haven't died in a while. Ah, whole 16 damage. Ye fucked up, power.
I'm completely out of magic. Oh no, what will I do? Just wait for Go-Go to kill him, I guess.
Just beat him with a stick.
What was that noise?
Ah, my bone wound. Just beat the shit out of a skeleton that's cut you a bunch of times. Neato!
Oliver, are your priorities okay?
I want a banner real bad.
Look at this. The captions go by faster than you can read them.
What do I do? Oh shit. You attack? Are you kidding? You crashed into my ship. I feel like every time like an enemy or a character tries really quick to stab in any kind of emotional resonance, that I think Esther should just roll her eyes. Been forever since we've been called human.
Last week I was called Parsley. Yesterday I was called a cheese grater.
Some people call me Maurice, but they're dead. I'll call you Maurice. Shut up.
Wait, I didn't finish that. That's why Oliver's going, oh, okay.
I got all of that.
300 pounds!
Anchor, sway. Swain?
Swain goes off to heaven with them.
Yeah. Goodbye, my mortal coil. It just drops him back to the ground. This can't be!
He realizes they're dead.
Yeah.
Now, Counselor, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I came to inquire about your intentions.
My intentions?
This is like the two most badass sounding dudes talking to each other right now.
A world I believe you would protect.
My deeds shall demonstrate that I mean what I say. Watch as the frail hopes
So much
of
food.
this world are torn from them and
I've been
turned
broiling
to
sticks for
blackness,
hours.
despair.
So you would have
I mean to feed them my misery.
They're all overcooked.
Why? Why?
What are your...
Thus my despair.
This should be interesting.
I love how he says that. This'll be interesting.
And then everyone playing is like, no.
I like if Oliver looked up at that guy with the snake and snake, blast him in the face. Sorry, bad habit. Just skipping around the ship. Off camera. Tumbles down the stairs.
So this is stupid.
Needing a ship? Absolutely.
No, I mean, okay, we've got everything. No, we still won't let you do what we want to do.
It is pretty classic JRPG. Gather all these things. It's the same thing they did in Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Another game I don't like.
You collected all the things, but you can't do it yet. You need to learn songs now.
This is why I left the kingdom.
Says Link. Yeah.
He's also a dumpster vampire.
Did you find anything good over there, Link? So did I!
Me and Zelda didn't work out.
Imagine him choking on a can. Ha! Ha! I'll help you, buddy.
He doesn't help him because he doesn't know that he's choking. That's how he sounds all the time.
And he's dead, okay. Now I conquer his dumpster, too.
Starts eating him. Waste not, want not.
It's the circle of life. Link dumpster me.
The pecking order, according to Swain.
Svenja, it's Link in a dumpster.
It's Link in a can. He holds up a can that says Link on it.
Yep. Him just bang on the inside.
New from Swain Products.
New from Swain Products.
It's Link in a can. It's a wheel of flavor.
I imagine the Link can would have that screaming Skyward Sword face on it.
The one from when Groose lands on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's an avatar animal.
Orgle, Borgle, Orgle.
That would run away too. It's like, we're a society that believes in living at peace. Buy a giant battle axe. We already met the 3 Animal King losers. There needs to be a 4th, but forget it. What would the 4th animal be? I mean, they had a cat, a cow, pig. They just need something outrageous, like something that doesn't quite match, just like a dolphin.
The pelican.
Whenever I think of pelican, I just think of this little toy I had that was a pelican. When he shook it back and forth, it went. That's how it talks. Special ceremony is required. Just goes over and just trips her. What now? Gotta get up. Ceremony begins.
Xanadu.
What? Shabadoo?
Shawadewade.
It's a flipping nightmare. What's he gonna do with the poor dog?
Turn her into a flounder.
We've gotta save her. Come on.
See, I can punt too, you little shit.
He just ends up walking away kicking a rock. Stupid thorn.
Oliver's face hits the camera. I skip a lot of this fight because this guy only has, I think, 2 attacks. Cruel Rain and Pitch Black. And both of them are him going blah, 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 and then things happen.
I still think that when it says nice and you see like 3 or 4 people tumbling away is hilarious. Meanwhile, with Swain dead, you could just cutting to a shot of him just limply on the ground. There's nothing better in life. You know, it's sad to see Esther on the ground, but I'll always laugh seeing Swain passed out. Too bad we didn't hear a classic. It's Scott Baby! Oh! Fuck you, guy. I remember hating you.
Nito!
By himself. That's really depressing. Nito, guys! All around the monkey bush, the monkey chased the algorithm. Just walking over, pop goes ahead. falls off the cliff.
I'm already pissed at you.
You survive for one such as
Your eggs are the devil.
Queen Coolan!
Oh, mister.
I wish he said Queen Kool-Aid just to be an extra dork. Ignore the woman, let's have a conversation.
I'm turning into a skeleton.
He's Skeleton Man,
Skeleton man.
Bum, 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 bum. Ah, that's my soul dying. Goodbye, cruel world.
That's my chest evaporating.
See you soon, Mom. That's wrong.
That sure is a lot of love.
Stuff you full of love. Does he shovel her heart? Or shove her heart? Shove the love, I think is what he said. I don't know how far you'd make it in the world of sex by saying shove the love.
Skip the foreplay, let her rip.
Sock her boppers.
Punch her boobies.
Bop him once and then you bop him twice. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Where's this conversation going? That's how, like, least interested I am in this plot. That I'm just talking about Sonic punching a girl in the boob.
Bob, squeaky.
You're too slow. I'd be pissed if someone didn't write a fanfiction that literally didn't have our version of Sonic involved.
Well, you've got like 25 years of ground to catch up there.
That's true. Suddenly, this very sexy girl grabs Sonic's butt. Yikes!
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Wait a minute, I'm falling. In love.
Sweeps her off her feet. Drops her in the lake.
At least you can swim, bitch. This is starting to get more morbid than it should be.
Starting.
Oh yeah, true. I think as soon as this stupid shit-eating hedgehog got involved. I just imagine Swen going, well, our job is done. Nimbus cloud, and then just walks off the cliff. You just don't hear anything but wind. Just...
You don't even hear him hit the ground.
Yeah. Just Esther's just desperate for any form of romanticism in this story.
OTP, man. OTP.
I know I just got it, but now I love it.
Do you guys have fan art?
If not, you will. Well, I'm glad you got everyone to leave. Drippy, you too. Drippy. Drippy.
Drippy faces at her.
Suddenly Drippy just grows larger for some reason.
Why?
Fairy powers, man. But he doesn't move, he just grows.
Right. Just inflates.
You just hear all the windows shatter.
That old Mamooni wood. We need to go find the Khalifa's husband.
Look forward to that nonsense.
But once again, priorities first.
Slam to the door. That purple chest motherfucker.
Open sesame, bitch. I don't know what the fuck that is.
You just pause in frustration.
Oh, fully restores MP. I will take that. Hooray! Celebratory donuts.
Celebratory arms at side blank expression dance. Why does Sonic have so many sex fanfics?
Checking my sources. Here's what I found on the web for why does Sonic have so many sex fanfares.
Sex fanfares? I just imagine like a parade going down the street going like, shit, it literally pulls up, oh god, I don't want to click on that. Pulls up a YouTube video that just says Sonic having sex. God damn it. I hate you, internet.
Sex fanfares, though.
Sex. What is a sex fanfare?
Checking my sources. Here's what I found on the web for what is a sex fanfare.
Words that rhyme with fanfare sex. It's weird. And the first picture that they pull up is a picture of two black horses. And they're not having sex either. They're just standing there.
So as opposed to that one job, this is not horse porn.
No, thank God. I can never... Those images are burned into my skull. To those who don't know the reference, good for you.
You can repeat it here. Where I put it up is kind of obscure.
It's true. It was a story I told once on a podcast. How one of my jobs, I had to fix this guy's phone, and the guy was really just handing me the phone while I was there and going, I don't know why this thing doesn't work. So at my old job, one of my jobs, I had to plug my phone into a TV screen to be able to pop it on the big screen, just to show the customer kind of, okay, this is how you fix it, this is what the issue is, everything like that. But as soon as I plugged it in and opened it up, a bunch of horse porn popped up. On the screen, on their picture section. I started to panic and tried to unplug the phone, but I was struggling and the phone was freezing up, so I was stuck up on a 50-inch LCD for probably a good minute and a half. And I managed to unplug it desperately, and I just look over the customer, I'm disgusted, and he just says, so is there anything wrong with my phone? Well, probably not the phone, but...
Nothing I could say that won't get me fired.
I've dealt with so much bullshit nonsense at work. I've worked, 10 years in retail. You see some crazy shit. We're ending this particular Let's Play on horse porn.
The Straw Hat, no.
The Straw Hat Horse.
What are you gonna do?
Nay. Hi-ho Silver. Hi-ho Sonic.
Hi-ho Sonic. Hi-ho Sonic.
What's faster, me or the horse? Oh god, I feel sick.
Well, seeing as we're already here...
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No!
Money!
No.
But she's so cute, Travis.
No, she is not. Dealer? You were on my shit list. Like nobody else. You'll find out why. You think it's just a generic NPC, all innocent and all, but no.
I really have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Talking to everyone. I like you're talking to everyone, not you.
Time for blackjack.
I hate you.
So the character that Travis was saying through the entire game that he hates more than anyone is this lady.
She talks so much shit to you. And she doesn't, there's no speech for her, it's just bubbles and you're just like, screw you.
I do pretty well by doing fuck all through all of this. She just keeps busting.
Well, that does help. She gets this little snidey attitude whenever she wins, and then she just disses you when she wins. Oh, you're stupid, what's wrong with you? As if I care, Baka. Skeleton says that, though. Baka. Sundarit Skeleton, I just can't imagine. It's not like I want to live or anything. Baka.
That guy's not even playing the slots, he's just gyrating at it.
I met this foxy lady at the casino, that's a slot machine. I just thought she wasn't much of a talker.
I present to you the holy wood.
I'm immature. I just feel like that's probably what, like, some preacher says on his wedding night to his wife. I present to you the holy wood. Let's get out of here. Just walks underneath her dress.
I found the tunnel to paradise.
I found my holy wood. God, that's a Tumblr fanfic waiting to happen. No.
They're both royalty.
Yeah.
We've gone about 10 minutes without some bullshit happening. I wonder if some bullshit's gonna happen.
We're starting to hit that one point. It was kind of like Samurai Cop, how they have to fit sex every 20 minutes. Bullshit has to happen every 20 minutes.
Happy birthday, dear son of a bitch, Esther.
That is such a stupid thing. I thought I did. Do you have any pockets? I good point.
I did drop it.
Damn it.
Chris pulls out of his code. You never drop it.
Just pulls a gun out of his pocket. Is this what you're looking for? No. Well, give me your money. Rock a lobster.
Let's try this again. See what it does. It nixes.
I probably deserved it.
It poisoned Swain, and I think it nixed Esther. Oh yeah, by the way, you know what you said that the Trumpy Pumper is actually the weaker ones of those metamorphoses?
Uh-huh.
It's the one that Derwin needs, so suck it.
Well, that's just lucky for a side mission, but if you're talking about actual stats...
Swain never uses him anyway.
Yeah, true.
I think this scene is supposed to be character building for Oliver. There's a couple reasons it doesn't work. One, everything they're talking about, all this talk about cars, that's just in the intro, and only very briefly, mainly the part where his fucking mom dies. So all of this shit isn't very well established. Also, he completely missed. But two, Oliver doesn't have a character at any other point in the story. So trying to use this bit to add to it is so transparently forced.
That's one thing I really didn't like about this game, is that I had to be stuck behind the reins of a character with nothing. Absolutely nothing of interest.
Remember this thing that you didn't see?
Well, see, like, I would justify Oliver's behavior if someone made it a point to Oliver that the reason why he's so focused on his mission is because he feels so awful about his mother's death. But there's never a point where that occurs. He's just like, things gotta happen because I'm the hero and junk.
And he's always the one who seems to talk to other people to say, you know, it's not that bad that my mom died. It's okay. When at the beginning, he was the one who was locked up in his room for 3 days.
It's all in his imagination. That's how it is.
But in a unique twist, this time we take our own heart.
Kali Ma. Well, that was inefficient. I don't know. Oliver doesn't seem that Sorry. I just see this shut and face on the ground, Ruby. I just don't see the ambition in Oliver, or the overabundance of ambition in Oliver.
I don't see any of the other elements in him.
He's a robot. I know we called Robo Grandma a robot, but I think Oliver's the biggest robot in this game.
This probably would have been a better point to have some voice acting, because then it just immediately goes to this. Also listen to this.
Ollie.
Ollie!
Ollie!
Not an Ollie! I should keep on dreaming and kill more people. I punched the kid on the way in.
Turns out that's the way he is.
That's just, bro.
I know I'm not looking out for myself.
Why'd you turn around and tell us thanks?
I mean, it's about time, but...
He just goes, and just starts, like, pathetically tap dancing.
Ollie!
Someone throw me a cane! Stick flies past him. Ah!
Hits him in the face.
I don't know why pathetic Ollie's the best. Hey, fucker.
It smells like cock!
Alright, let's give this to Esther. Wait a minute. Can't believe I got outsmarted by Mr. Trippy. I can't believe it either.
No, Swain. We're not forgetting anyone.
We tried to forget, but it didn't work.
We really didn't.
Oh, you're still here? Wait, I thought you said you'd never been here before. I believed you.
Just throws a brick at his face.
There's jokes where you can't tell where the genius begins and the stupidity gets involved at some point. It's very close meshing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I found this one joke thing. I was just reading jokes that, like, little kids wrote that weren't even jokes, but they were hilarious because they were so dumb.
I've seen that.
Like, what do you get when you combine a lollipop and a porcupine? Shut up. You're just like, yeah!
The first one I saw, I think it had to do with an airplane, just baffled me so much that it cracked me up.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Oh yeah, I think this is the airplane when you left it. There are 3 guys on a plane. One bit into an apple, thought it was too sweet. He threw it out the window. The second guy bit into a rock.
That was it.
I guess that's the punchline. Why did Tom and Jerry get married? Because Tom was a boy and Jerry was a boy, and they're strong as a toilet. If you go to the ham contest, what will the man say? You won last year, you were not allowed. We'll never be comedy geniuses like this.
We'll just have to deal with it.
We'll live day to day.
I like to live dangerously. Sits in a puddle.
Absorbs like a sponge and gets fat. Yummy.
I will need to eat for another month.
Red hot cake.
Just falls over.
Yeah. But still goes in slow motion.
How did Swain become an even stupider character?
I have no... I think as soon as his voice became Tom Waits, it just went that way. Again, Tom Waits has a baby with Mickey Rourke and birthed Swain.
I decided to keep that one because he looks like a member of Kiss.
He does look like some kind of ghost pop star. Died of an OD overdose on cocaine or something. Yeah, oh yeah, that Tom Waits?
I guess?
I feel like someone like, you look familiar, I just don't know your name. Tom Waits? Who? No? Okay.
It's Ace Frehley with the biggest frown of his life. Also, speaking of items, and chests, right now I'm going back for one that I missed. But, I brought up the blue and purple chest thing because it was at this point I realized I think the reason they give you both is because specifically purple chests and blue chests have different kinds of items.
Right.
Mainly that purple chests have more powerful stuff.
I was about to say, it's probably the color notion of value.
Right. Even though we're getting full complete heals from the red chests. So, I don't know.
I think it's silly that the game still requires you to cast a spell to unlock the lock. It should just be like, look, you have a more powerful staff that can unlock it. So you can just open these chests now. That was one little thing that frustrated me, but maybe because I didn't have plus 100 magic, but all these moments where it's like, oh man, I need more magic to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to levitate.
That's one of the things that kind of gets me about this game. There's a lot of little things that could have easily had a better idea put in its place, but they're only really annoying ideas in hindsight.
Here's a rule of thumb for anyone who's listening to this. If you're critical about the little things, it's only because there's a lot of things that are good about the game too.
Uh-huh.
If it was a shit game, we would call it a shit game.
And as much shit as I give in this game, I don't dislike it. I legit like Ni no Kuni. Even though it doesn't sound it, it's just, I really don't like the characters, I don't like how the story is paced, I don't like the acting. And that's so much of the game that it drags down everything else that's good about it.
There's a lot of good things about it, though. Like this part.
This part and part 24 are all good parts. The acting's not any better, but the game is good.
The game gets better the closer you get to the end, I think.
And just for fun, let's try out one of the unleashes. Note, he's only weak to light, so don't expect this to go great.
Most people use electricity to revive hearts a lot. Thanks. You made him more powerful.
That would actually be kind of funny.
He turns red, he's like, yes!
Then he explodes.
He tripped.
Oh, Compretero got the thing. Why the hell did I name him that?
I don't remember. One of more insane moments.
Did a good bit of damage, too. I know why I know what Compretero is a reference to. It's Gangu's racist Bomberman Jetter's voice.
All right.
And because he looks like a Totoro. But still, I don't know why I did that. And I didn't need to do that.
It's funny when he's been these big attacks, then someone just kind of bops him and he's dead.
That happens a lot, actually.
What can I say? It's a gift.
Why can I...
Those Swain's just like, who said that? As he turns around.
It's warm. And comfy.
Am I in my womb?
Mom?
I'm going to take care of you, sweetie.
Walks with a smile over to the lake.
I know you will. Be good now. For me.
Just imagine Oliver skipping around the room, just not paying attention.
Oliver. Just standing there. What? So when I found this out, I was like, fuck! I don't know whether to like this or not. Because it's like, fuck your entire motivation. So yeah, your mom was Alicia the whole time. And I haven't even thought of that. Even though it seems like a perfectly plausible plot twist.
I guess what bothered me, I like it too, because it was kind of twisted, like, oh, finally we're bringing back Oliver's motivations, but they just discussed that soulmates, that you have to have a soulmate, or someone's reincarnated to become your soulmate, otherwise you can't exist. So then who is her soulmate?
I think they addressed that, actually. That something had happened to her soulmate.
Oh, right, that's right, they do. It's like, it's not, and she's not there. Bad.
Yeah, she's dead too.
It felt like, to me, it just felt like, man, I would have liked to know more about that.
Yeah.
This is such a big aspect of the game.
If anything, they do address it, at least.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do something to get his motivation back. Will it be worth it? You know the answer.
See, I think I've been mentioning that Oliver lacks a form of, like, cohesive force pushing him forward. I like the point where this becomes addressed as a significant part of what he was doing. I just wish he was talked about more.
Yeah.
That became the big problem with, like, I like this part. If they did this with the character through the entire story and basically went, showed maybe his impatience with dealing with all these side things, going, no, I have to find my mother and stuff, he would have been more relatable and likable. You're concerned for him at this point because you know how that feels, but imagine in the same situation where you're more aware of what was going on and there was more of a cohesive nature to it, you would care for him that much more.
P, how did you get in
So
here?
shit.
Easy peasy. I can go anywhere.
Shut up. What do you want?
I told you before. I'm
So the thing you mentioned about Oliver, like, one of the
Everything
better
okay?
things it could have done with this character is having him be a little more impatient.
No, it wasn't.
I think that's something that's kind of lacking from the idea of a pure-hearted character, that there are no imperfections.
Yeah.
No peeping.
And
Okay.
you need imperfections for the character to be interesting. They're good so that you like them, but they're flawed so that you're interested in what they do.
There have been pure-hearted characters before that have been flawed. There's no elusive distinction between the two. You can have someone who's imperfect but just a generally good person.
And he's like, what, 10? It's perfectly fine for him to be at least a little bit selfish, if not just impatient.
Those are the guards from Ding Dong
But no, he
Bell.
just takes everything that comes at
The
him.
very first people you ever
Inexplicably
helped.
as
One of
well.
them was broken-hearted.
Because it doesn't explain necessarily. He shows up to this world, he gets scared from a buffalo thing, and then the rest of the game he's just like, whatever, dragons.
Hickory docks up to his old tricks. One shall soon knock some
They got
sense
close,
into
as I mentioned with the whole deal with Phil,
Yeah.
but that was something that literally came out of nowhere. We never knew Oliver was interested in cars.
Some more, won't you? There is enough in the palace larder for everyone.
I always call these stories skeleton stories because you find that there's a big focal point that starts at the beginning and there's little focal points here and there and then the end is good. But there's a lot of space in between that needs to be filled in.
Dead wrong you are. It's laughter, isn't it? The reason is finished.
Or at the very least, if you're going to be really subtle about it, like the Japanese love to be, maybe focus on it more.
So hey, do you want to destroy everything spell?
A couple.
Here's Mornstar, the spell.
Just wait, you get another one later.
Yeah.
Do this.
Because clearly he's not powerful enough yet.
It's time to bring this charade to an end.
Yes.
I guess what, in the post-game, there's a third one.
Oh my god. Just blows off the mountain.
Gets lifted up by the wind.
So light. See, it would have been cool if this song started playing and like an electric guitar started getting in, like, he's gonna get fucked up!
We're awesome nature!
Damn what I was thinking of that.
So he wasn't hard the first time,
Let's show him the power of our heart.
This is just pathetic the next time.
but in a very satisfying way.
Oh yeah.
Guys, just, you don't even need to actually send out your familiars. Just watch this. Look at how much of his health goes. Was a fifth, maybe?
Oliver basically becomes way more powerful than his familiars at this point.
It uses up a lot of magic, but it does a lot of damage anyway. More so than every other spell you do, even against enemies that are actually weaker to some other spells.
And look at this health bar, like every hit's taking like a third of it.
Yeah.
I love this music playing when you're just like,
I do like that they basically chose the Oliver the Hero theme.
And it's the same song they play when you're flying on the back of the dragon.
Yeah.
He just gave up. I gonna hit me with a spell. He stole a heart drop, man. He's stealing some pretty good stuff.
I think he is.
I guess that's what it means when you keep him alive.
Not that you bothered.
You know what? He died during this fight. I'm like, really? I was getting so frustrated with Swain.
Yay, I could kill everything. We'll see.
I like that lackadaisical celebration. Anyone want to put their hands up? Raising the roof. Seriously, it was falling down.
Why'd they leave a kid to fix this?
Can't believe this whole world's fucked without a 10-year-old.
Really, though.
But at least in the next part, we actually have probably my favorite part of the game
Oh, definitely.
by a considerable margin.
We finally fight Shadar, and it is satisfying.
And there's character development. Thank you, little baby scorpion. Drinking lemonade.
Jumps onto Sidar's face. Disappears because there's nothing there.
Just disappears into the void.
You're crunching.
But you still hear Shadar go, "Aww."
It even tasted cute.
It still spits out its like corpse. I guess not so much anymore.
The exoskeleton just kind of deflates. Did that all with my tongue.
Ladies. Be like the cherry tying stem.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Imagine like all this girl doing things like, oh yeah. I just tied this orphan in a knot. I didn't even have to eat him either. I just used my hands.
Which maybe isn't quite as impressive, but...
I doubt you'll feel anything about it anyway. I already stole your heart an hour ago.
Welcome to the worst island.
Welcome to my amusement park. It's full of not my fucks. As you can see, there's plenty of no fucks. See my field where I grow my fucks. Clearly, there is none.
Look at all the fucks I don't give Anakin.
Look at them.
I don't know why, but I love that gif.
Because you can always imagine it in the wise Ewan McGregor voice. Ian McGregor is the best name to say because you can say it without ever saying a syllable. Ian McGregor. So if a really drunk Aussie man had to say it.
Or Ozzy Osbourne.
This is so on point with this right
Yeah.
now.
You know, Kuni, we're gonna fight Shadar. Hooray.
Hooray, finally.
And he was like, look at that. I don't even know what it is, but I love it.
This part's cool.
I don't know why they did this, though, actually.
It's trippy.
Chippy tears! No.
You show him down the stairs and he goes sideways. I'm confused, but this hurts.
Oh, dear. That guy seems tough. He's actually not even close. But I'm just like, I just want to see what's in this room.
I'm so tempted to avoid a running gag, but that's a robot Vince McMahon walk. I love that walk. No chance!
I'm a ghost!
Greetings. You have grown.
That's just how he says hello, Oliver.
But
Ignore it.
God, you need a minute.
I've briefly turned into a gorilla.
Magical coral transform.
I will save this game.
Just him doing the dance. But he doesn't transform, he's just doing it.
End of you. Do you
Somehow all his
truly
clothes fall off, but
believe
nothing
the
goes back on.
I don't care anymore.
In that case,
We're so very
let me
focused on what's
welcome
going
you
on.
Yeah.
to my world.
Shadar. From Depeche Mode! The biggest downside of Mornstar is there's a pretty good recharge time.
Yeah.
Nice! The rest of them are dead.
Good. They're not in the way anymore.
I like that he keeps using Fell Wind when it's very short.
And he's targeting you with Fell Wind.
Right?
What an idiot.
And they're all just running around.
Oh, cool. And he's celebrating. Yeah, fuck you got knocked over. Go figure you don't hit him in the armor. Oh.
No, Dumple!
Baby Dumble.
So, you have repelled.
See, it is a familiar. It's a soldier of his soul.
Oh, yeah.
But when despair consumes the heart, it gives birth to a power still more terrible.
Shadar, let's not even fight. Just spend the rest of the video talking. That's all we need.
You and all
I can get used to this.
I am the executor, charged with bringing destruction to this world. Behold, the power of the Dark Jinn.
This is why this is the best part of the game. Lots of Shadar.
Yep. Also, probably the best use of visuals up to this point.
Definitely. Even exploding, I look awesome. This is an interesting mix of awesome and just plain goofy.
Yeah. See, the only thing I kind of see messed up from the original, I think that looks awesome, but the lighting that came from showing Shadar's face, because I was under the impression within the story that the cloak was masking what his face looked like, but when you see that light, it's like he has a black sock over his head.
No, he is fused with the sock. Would actually be quite a powerful attack if it ever hit anything. And no, it never does.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it hits Swain. That's it.
Good.
And he does it a lot. Look, he missed.
It went through him, he's just like, whatever.
I actually think the attack sometimes goes over their head.
It also kind of ruins the fact that he uses the same hand for this, so it's easy to predict which side it's coming from.
Yeah, he never hits on the left side of the field.
Blast your lasers on the left-hand side. And Swain's dead. And gets blasted again. I'm gonna keep on shooting the dead one.
That's how you finish off a giant boss fight.
Not a bop. Well, alright.
Cool people don't look at dying people.
Put on my sunglasses. Just mashes his hand into his eye. Ow.
I dub you the Dark Jinn.
I guess I'm evil now.
Wow, I had puberty.
Suddenly I'm sexy.
If you like my body and you think I'm sexy. He's saying that in the white void.
So, like we mentioned earlier, one of the things that I always liked about Shadar was it didn't seem like he was just out to destroy the world because, ooh, I'm evil. He actually had a agenda. And here we see it, that grayness that I like to see that should have been in more characters of this.
Yeah.
That's sort of not completely black and white motivation.
Plus, it makes you think about the fact that he probably did all this to keep the cities from growing too large or too powerful, to avoid the same thing happening with Halcyon, where they become corrupted by it. He was kind of creating order.
And to drive that point home.
And also, he was viewed as the one evil point of the world, kind of the Dr. Manhattan rule from Watchmen, where it's like, everyone come get me.
I'm God.
That means all of us cheat.
And here's where it all comes together. Alicia using breach time. Shadar being the evil focal point of the world. Here she found, when she went forward in time, she saw a world where, because Shadar was this big villain, everyone united against him. And the world was actually more peaceful than the time that Shadar knew. And in sort of a backwards way, he ended up getting what he wanted. He ended up saving the world.
As you mentioned, this is the best written part of the game.
Right.
You've grown so much, Oliver.
You're a tree. I mean, you're wooden. I'm sorry, honey.
That's probably my fault. This screams the end so badly.
God damn it, Swain. I somehow hit my head on the air.
That's why I hate this. This is where the game should have ended.
And where it did end in the DS game. But there's still more to go.
We mentioned there's a white witch, and there's also the douche council.
I just like after that big hooray, we've beaten Shadar, everything's great now, at the end, you got a pendant.
Then they call that immersion breaking. One thing that I'm trying to, at least I try to comprehend, maybe I just don't remember, but Oliver's father?
Alicia does mention a father at one point, doesn't she?
Yeah. Because a while that was kind of insinuated by the point that maybe Shadar was his father.
I think that was the implication.
Because there was a closeness between Alicia and Shadar. Or Lucian.
Because the idea is, when Shadar severed his connection to his other soulmate, that soulmate died, but he's been reborn several times throughout history. What that means is, in Alicia's case, she actually found the remnants of that soul and birthed Oliver from it. So technically, Lucian is his father.
And that part very much comes off as father trying to teach son, despite being like an awful father kind of thing.
Yeah. Trying to help him understand the decisions he's made.
Well, the only difference between what Oliver was doing and what Shadar was doing, I think Shadar was, of course, from age and wisdom, was more aware of the overall grasp of what he was doing, but they were both trying to help the world in their own way. And that only becomes more relevant in the next part.
Uh-huh. So, yep. Best part of the game.
Yep.
It's all downhill from here.
It's not that bad, but if it would have ended at that part, I probably would have given the game a higher score.
Yeah. The next part isn't bad, it's just...
There's some drudging.
There's a lot of pee.
There's a lot of pee.
That came out wrong, that's not what I meant.
And it is all over the place.
And it's green.
Prepare for the golden shower of your life.
Still a hero! Ah! What I meant is, there's a lot of the annoying little character named P.
Nino Kuni, the golden shower arc.
That's the description I'm using for the next video.
It just takes a picture of Drippy in a shower with a shower cap on. Just giving the finger guns.
You stink, Ollie boy.
Me?
Golden showers, that's like the golden glims, right? If I go and it doesn't heal me?
Is that why they call it the golden rays of the sun? I do wish that, like, to me, like, it felt less like they were severing their ties as a connection point from there. I think the severing from them is light and dark was really kind of the distinction. I feel like maybe Shadar gave Oliver a little bit of his darkness. Kind of going, okay, we're separate entities, now I have a part of me in you. That's how you can use my dark spell.
That's possible. And
then on the way out, he gets a little bit more attitude, where it's just like Esther runs up and he's just like, get away from me, man, I need to breathe. Where did that come from? Where did you come from? You didn't help. Oh, you're playing your harp? Shut up. Shut up.
Oliver, are you developing a personality?
I think so.
Owned.
High five, Swain. Ah, your hands are greasy.
I like you now.
Now onward to the golden shower. He just points forwards and marches off a cliff.